Hello, Providence. Four days ago, on January 7th, an American citizen, Renee Nicole Good, say it with me, Renee Nicole Good, was killed by ICE in Minnesota. This killing is part of a broader pattern of unchecked violence and abuse that's being carried out by federal immigration enforcement agencies against members of our community. I don't know about you, but I'm pissed off. We've come here together today to express this outrage that we feel. We're going to have a brief speaking program, and then we're going to go march through the streets of Providence and let everybody see the anger that we feel over this as we demand that it stop. Our first speaker is someone you probably already know very well. Representative David Morales. David represents District 7 that comprises Mount Pleasant, Valley, and the Elmhurst neighborhoods. Neighborhoods where many of our immigrant neighbors live. David has firsthand experience standing up to ICE and standing up for his neighbors. It is my honor to welcome a true social justice warrior and a gentleman who I am honored to call my friend. David.
Now say it loud and say it clear, immigrants are welcomed here. Say it loud and say it clear, immigrants are welcomed here. Say it loud and say it clear, immigrants are welcomed here. Say it loud and say it clear, immigrants are welcomed here. Rhode Island, thank you for standing up on behalf of our immigrant neighbors. Now, friends, for too long, we have watched as ICE has had a growing presence all across our state. From the downtown courthouse in Providence to Central Falls, all the way down to the East Bay and Warren, we have watched as they have harassed and kidnapped and detained and deported our neighbors. And we recognize that the fight against fascism starts right here at the local level. So together we stand here in solidarity. We stand in solidarity with our Minneapolis community. We stand in solidarity with our immigrant community members that are being forced to live in fear. But what we have seen during this last year is a community that has demonstrated the best of humanity. What we have seen are community members that have stood up and organized the Deportation Defense Network. Because of their efforts, they have successfully stopped some detainments from happening in our backyard. And while many of these are cases that you'll never read about in the paper or see aired on television, please know that Rhode Island is a leading example of how we resist and fight against ICE. So as a community, we are doing our part, but it is not enough. We need decision makers across every level of government to be vocal, to be loud, and to demand that ICE get out of Rhode Island. So this year at the State House, we are pushing to end every local and state contract with ICE. We're gonna shut down the Wyatt. And we're going to demand that ICE not be present near our schools, near our libraries, near our facilities, near anywhere where our community congregates. In the same way you're showing up today, we need to make sure that we are showing up in the halls where these decisions are made. We need to pack the committee rooms right here at the State House. We need to go to our city halls, our town halls, and let every leader in government know that we cannot afford to be silent in the face of fascism. As a beloved community, we take care of one another. As a beloved community, we take care of one another. As a beloved community, we take care of one another. And so if you have not already, I'm going to kindly ask to put down the Deportation Defense Network cell phone number right onto your contacts list. Because if you ever see any suspected ICE activity, please make sure to call the Deportation Defense Network. That can be reached at 401-675-1414. That is 401-675-1414. When you call that number, you will be directed to a volunteer that is a part of the Deportation Defense Network, and in minutes, they will make sure that there is a community presence at the suspected location where they believe ICE is. And as a community, we're going to stand up and tell ICE that they have no business in our city and in our state. So for the fascists that are occupying our state, let's make sure they hear us. Because we're going to say it loud and say it clear. Immigrants are welcomed here. Say it loud and say it clear. Immigrants are welcomed here. Say it loud and say it clear. Immigrants are welcomed here. Thank you, neighbors.
Thank you, David. Wow. How does anybody follow that? Unfortunately, somebody has to. You know, one of the things that I get told a lot about this resistance movement, where are the young people? Where are the people of color? Where are the Hispanic people? Well, first of all, look around this crowd. I see lots of young people here. And that number will only continue to grow. Our next speaker, a student at Central High School, who is active in this resistance, who has a voice, and who's using it for good. I'd like to introduce you to Christopher Garcia Diaz.
Hello everybody, my name is Christopher Alexander Garcia Diaz. I am a student at Central High School and I'm here representing myself and my community. I'm here because the system that claims to protect us has once again failed us. Renee Nicole Good was a 37-year-old U.S. citizen and a mother of 3. She wanted to stand up for what she believed in and was silenced for it. That is not freedom. We are all being held hostage and they are not afraid to let it be known. Take a moment to imagine what her family must be thinking and how they must be grieving. This isn't the first death caused by ICE, and this won't be the last unless we take a stand. This instance isn't the only time ICE took it too far. In the beginning, it's always been nothing less than kidnapping and ruining families. But they're getting bolder, with more examples of people being threatened with firearms or physical harm in general, more and more being common. Those agents lie to us and keep us in the dark so they can ensure that we can't stop them when it really matters. This should never happen. They need to be held accountable instead of avoiding it once more. We can't allow them to keep getting away with this anymore. In fact, why lie about why this is happening? We are living under a leadership that praises power over accountability, under a leadership that thinks their position they have is king. One that wants nothing more than domination and dominion over all of us. When our president talks, with every word, he digs us deeper. With every action, forces us farther from a secure future where he glorifies unchecked authority and attacks oversight agencies take notice. They learn that force will be defended and accountability will be avoided. ICE has learned this lesson well. ICE operates like they're untouchable, like they can't be bothered with the rules everyone else abides by, as if they're above the law. But they aren't unless our suspicions are confirmed and we really did devolve into an authoritarian government. If our government isn't corrupt, then why do they get the privilege to ruin our lives, instill fear into our children, fear that they might one day accidentally lead a person to their home that'll take everything they love from them, fear that people who are supposed to protect them aren't there to protect them. Renee Nicole's death isn't just a tragedy, it is the result of a system where enforcement believes it cannot be questioned, where power is protected more than people, where fear is used as a governing tool. Our communities are forced to live in fear of what should be a sound of security. Whenever we hear sirens, we shake. Whenever we hear freeze, we run. Whenever we see a cruiser, we're forced to assume that we're in danger even if we're the innocent. That's right. Yeah. This isn't much different than the events in 1940 caused by an evil man. Just this time, the evil man is our president. I'm worried history will repeat. Our silence could be our downfall, so make your voices heard. What we're seeing is not democracy. This is dictatorship. Democracy cannot survive when leaders act like dictators and agencies behave like they are above the law. Democracy dies when accountability disappears. When stories change, when stories change. Hold on, I'm so sorry. When investigations come only after public outrage. When families are left grieving while power protects itself. We cannot accept this. I refuse to accept this. I demand a full, transparent, and independent investigation into Renee Nicole Good's death and others. I demand real accountability for ICE. We demand the rebuilding of this corrupt system that chooses to enforce the degrading laws over the people. And we demand it now. This rally isn't just about one person. It's about resisting a system sliding towards an authoritarian control. It is about standing up and saying that no leader is above democracy and no agency is above the law. Call your representatives. Call your representatives. Organize your communities. Vote. Protest, speak out, and do not let them silence you. Remember, they aren't only coming after us. If you thought you were safe, this is a wake-up call. They won't stop until everybody is crushed between a dictatorship's heel. Silence fuels this abuse, and it will not get us out of this situation. This is a path we must take. We must take actions into our own hands, because if the president and the government should serve us, not the other way around. Wow, I spelled that wrong. We shouldn't be slaves to the government, in which we'd have to worry when they'll get tired of us and toss us. We should be looked after by the government, because the government is nothing without the people, and a president's power is nothing without their support. I am here to speak on behalf of those who haven't stood up, and I'm here to tell you that even if you have no one at your corner, you should still stand. We, the people, must stop injustice at its core. Her life mattered. Her family deserves justice, and our future depends on what we do next. We are this country's backbone. Black and white, woman and man. We're all involved in this. This affects all of us. Let's gather for a better future. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Christopher. There stands our future. I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but this old guy feels like I'm going to be in pretty damn good hands. So our next speaker is a litigator, the past civil chief under Attorney General Noronha, the co-founder of the Rhode Island Center for Justice, and the co-founder of the Lawyers Committee for Rhode Island, a group of lawyers who are protecting Rhode Islanders from this administration. Ladies and gentlemen, Miriam Wiesenbaum.
Hello. Wow, this is inspiring. And thank you, Lev, for letting me speak. I'm not gonna go on long. Closer. Okay. Is that good? All right. Okay. I want to take a moment to get closer. Okay. I want to take a moment. We've been talking about and heard about laws and rules and politics, and we see that in the media over and over. But I just want to take a moment and let it sink in and feel along with what I know all of you are feeling. People are being kidnapped, illegally and arbitrarily wrenched from their families, murdered with impunity, whether in a fishing boat in the Caribbean or a young mother in Minneapolis. So, we might ask, does the law really matter in this moment? When we are faced with a government that breaks the law to advance its interests and hurt people, and then claims another version of the law to protect itself. You know what? Yes, the law matters. And here's why, but only if. In a real democracy, we make the laws. In a real democracy, no one is above the laws that we make. In a real democracy, both the laws and the enforcement of the laws are accountable to us. Right now, where laws are ignored, mocked by this administration, we as lawyers are going to insist that our laws are respected and enforced. That's the ethical obligation of lawyers. And that's the mission that we are carrying out as the Lawyers Committee for Rhode Island, filing lawsuits like the case to restore SNAP benefits, conducting Know Your Rights and ICE protection trainings for dozens of people, drafting legislation to protect from this administration and hold actors like the one who murdered Nicole Good, hold them accountable. That's what we're doing in Rhode Island. Because the Lawyers Committee is making a commitment, just like you're making a commitment by being here. The Lawyers Committee for Rhode Island has made a commitment. People in our state, including advocates defending democracy and fighting authoritarianism, can depend on lawyers to support, educate, and represent them. But what you all know, I think, is a bigger fact. All that lawyering and all those lawsuits are, they're going to make a difference. And here's the only if. Only if we protect and build a real democracy that works for all people. So I'm here with profound sadness for what is happening to all the targets of this administration and what it is doing for our hopes for a fair society. But I am also here full of gratitude for, all of you. This is what democracy looks like. And lawyers are with you shoulder to shoulder to fight back and build better. Thank you.
Thank you, Miriam. Our next speaker is a good friend of mine in the resistance. We've come to know each other so well. I often joke that she's my right hand and I wouldn't know how to do what I do without her. She's a child of immigrants and she bears a striking resemblance to Renee Nicole Good. She's the food recovery coordinator with Spoonfuls Inc. She's the coordinator of the mobilization team at Climate Action Rhode Island. And I'd like you to please give a warm welcome to my friend, Kat Sohatska.
Thanks, Lev. And honestly, I'm impressed. I just taught him how to say my last name, and he was like, how do I say it? Over and over. He's been saying it wrong the whole time. I'm impressed. He did it right. So, hi, guys. Hi, Rhode Island. Hi. Thank you so much for showing up. Honestly, this is impressive. Do you know how many people are here today? A little over 1,000.
Maybe 2.
We did that. How?
Over 2.
Steve's saying it's 2,000. I can't count, apparently. That's amazing. We did that in 2 days. That's how much our anger is showing right now because we're pissed. And thank you for showing up for your community. We're showing our community that we care about them and we want to protect them. So let me actually read what I actually wrote now because that was going on my own thing. So like I said, I don't know about you, but I'm pissed, angry at the violence and murder, frustrated with the lies, and heartbroken over the unnecessary losses. I'm sure you've all seen the videos, the evidence of violence against Renee Good, right in our faces. And Trump's people... It is murder, you're right. And Trump's people are trying to cover it up, what is right in front of you. They were first trying to claim that the shooter barely got away alive and recovering in the hospital, when in the video, his video that he was recording with his phone was showing that he lowered his phone and then point blank shot her in the face. And then he also, if you saw his video, he also swore at her, insulted her after he shot her and she swerved her car into the pole as she was attempting to leave. And she committed no crime. That was straight up murder that we all saw with multiple different pieces of evidence. Usually when I come to these rallies from No Kings, maybe you've seen me a couple times before, I try to bring the party, I try to be more uplifting and inspiring, but I'm too angry right now. This tyranny needs to stop. ICE needs to stop. This administration is continuously hiring random people at a high price point with our tax money, gives them a gun, and says, go play soldier. Have you seen the ads for joining ICE? They make it look like they're joining a self-righteous war in a game. And they call anyone who opposes them their enemy. Apparently, anyone who stands up for what is right and taking care of their community is somehow now part of an extreme leftist terrorist group and evil somehow. Well, despite what they say, we in America fight for what's right, hence the evidence here. And we protect our communities, like I said. You're here right now because you are fed up with the constant bombardment of horrid acts in the last year till now. And let's be real, enough was enough when people started being taken off the streets and sent to detention centers across the country with no due process. Enough was enough when ICE lurked around schools and churches to take parents away. Enough was enough when people died in ICE custody and people had gone missing. And we're not going to stand for it. Repeat after me. Enough is enough. 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 So I have a question. To the representatives, senators, lawmakers, and any officials who have any legal authority who continue to stay silent, not the ones who are awesome over here speaking their voice. The ones who continue to stay silent. When is enough for you? Even after all this in-your-face abuse and death, with hired, untrained thugs running around our streets acting on power trips and hate, while those in power defend with lies, despite mounting evidence you see with your own eyes, when is enough for you? What excuse will you give us? What platitudes will you preach? Regrets you'll claim, promises you'll make, yet take no action, demand no accountability, and watch monstrosities repeat while saying, we'll come out strong in elections come November. Yes, we probably will. But not everyone is gonna make it to see that day. Not everyone will survive, and not everyone has survived to see November happen. This is the reality. This is our current reality. 9 deaths in the community under ICE have already happened that we know of, that were documented since September alone.
Shame.
Shame is right. It's horror. How many people need to suffer and die by the hands of hired thugs till you use the authority you were given, the authority we gave you? What is the point of your position? Are you scared of retribution from the constituents who support the current man in charge? Scared to shake the table despite what used to be considered obviously wrong? Is it too complicated of a situation to do anything? Flip the table is right. These repeated acts of violence and cruelty, combined with your silence for comfort and keeping the status quo, normalizes the violence and things we should not be desensitized to. Listen to the people and the crowd that show up. We started out pretty kind in the last year with with hands off and no kings. We're still pretty kind, but after a year of constant illegal monstrosities, we've entered the new year angry and pissed. And we demand you use your power, be brave, and do your job by serving those you claimed to serve when you took your roles. There is no bipartisan issue here. This is our country and these are our lives. So we are not asking anymore. This is enough. You have power. And if you're not sure what to do, I'm going to say it like the rest of the speakers here. ICE needs to leave this state. Rhode Island needs to end its contracts with ICE. It's pretty simple. And for the basic bar, we need to stop the violent raids. We must demand accountability from ICE agents. That's not a high bar. That is not a bipartisan issue. That is just basic human morals and law. And don't wait till when you think it's too late, because we're already there. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Thank you, Rhode Island.
Thank you, Kat. We're almost done with the speechifying. Just 2 more to go, and then we are marching in the streets. Our next speaker is a teacher, a proud product of the Providence Public Schools, and an organizer with probably the leading organization in Rhode Island that's been fighting back against ICE, the Deportation Defense Network. Please welcome Maya Lehrer.
I'm going to teach you all a chant. It goes 1, we are the people. 2, we won't be silent. 3, abolish ICE now, 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 now. 1, we are the people. 2, we won't be silent. 3, abolish ICE now, 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 now. 1, we are the people. 2, we won't be silent. 3, abolish ICE now, 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 now. 1, we are the people. 2, we won't be silent. 3, abolish ICE now, 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 now. Give it up for yourselves. My name's Maya. I'm an organizer with the Rhode Island Deportation Defense Network, and we're here today to say ICE out for good. Despite every wave of fear-mongering by Trump and the far right, despite threats of invasions of our cities and murder of our people, we stand proudly and courageously beside our immigrant neighbors, because it's not immigrants who are terrorizing our community, it's ICE. We're here today not just because we want ICE gone, but because we, as working people, have the power to abolish ICE. ICE was formed in 2003, and if we organize ourselves, we can make 2026 the last year that ICE exists anywhere. And we know we have the power to abolish ICE because of the events of 2006. 2005 saw the introduction of the Sensenbrenner Bill, a bill every bit as racist as the Laken Riley Act. The Sensenbrenner Bill would have made undocumented immigration a felony and vastly increased funding for workplace and border raids. And the bill had already passed in the House of Representatives, including 39 Democrats at that time. And it was headed to the Senate. But a militant immigrant rights movement sprung into action. Workers and students began protesting en masse, culminating in May Day 2006 when undocumented workers organized the Great American Boycott. With the support of major labor organizations and immigrant organizations, millions of undocumented immigrants walked off the job and engaged in mass protest, with over 1 million marching in New York and Los Angeles alone. They shut down entire cities. They shut down the economy and demonstrated that this country does not work without immigrants. And not only was the Sensenbrenner bill defeated in the Senate that year, it forced some of the first measures to reform immigration in decades, leading to the passage of DACA in 2012. And let me remind you that in 2006, Bush was president. This was a time when the House and the Senate were both controlled by Republicans. The right wing was in power, and yet a people's movement, including millions of people who did not have the right to vote in this country, forced change by proving that they could shut the economy down. They proved it's not the billionaires nor the politicians who have the real power. It's organized, working people. And today we stand in a moment where conditions are far worse for working people everywhere in the US than they were in 2006. People are poorer, they're more unstable, more under attack. We know the big ugly bill, Trump's billionaire budget, has just gone into effect, stealing billions from social services to fund ICE and tax cuts for the wealthy. Shame. But don't be fooled into thinking that the far right and the billionaires have power, because every one of those actions I just mentioned is massively unpopular. As working people, we don't benefit one iota from ICE. We don't need endless war to conquer the world for oil and natural resources. We don't need environmental destruction. We don't need AI to steal our jobs and be used for killer drones when it could be making our lives easier. We want these things banished to the dustbin of history, and we stand today shoulder to shoulder as working people of all nationalities, demanding that the vast wealth of this country be used for housing, healthcare, education, jobs, and decent lives for all. This isn't too much to ask. We've worked our entire lives for it. We built everything that these billionaires claim to own from our own sweat, blood, and tears, and they repay us by deporting our neighbors, eliminating our jobs, and raising the cost of everything. So if Trump and the billionaires will not give us what we need, if they will not let us vote for what we need, if they will not let our unions bargain for what we need, then our only choice is to stand up and fight for what we need. We must make a collective choice to stand on the right side of history, enter into struggle, and today you all have taken that step. In the last year, everyday working people of Rhode Island have built a powerful deportation defense network against ICE, which currently includes hundreds of active volunteers and thousands of people across the state who are alerting their neighbors, coming out to protest ICE, and demanding that they leave our communities. And we need you to continue to build out this network and be ready the next time ICE shows up. Because on the very next day, after ICE murdered Renee Nicole Good, 600 people showed up in Minneapolis to become legal observers themselves. Because they all saw that what protects us is not staying home, it's growing our numbers. So I want you to make some noise if you'll stand up to ICE. Make some noise if you'll come out when ICE shows up. Make some noise if you'll join the ICE Alerts channel. And you can do that at tinyurl.com/IceWatchRI. And if you want to know how to respond to ICE, we are partnering with Indivisible Metro RI and many local Indivisible groups to hold a rapid response training on Saturday, January 24th, so that our community knows exactly what to do when ICE shows up in our neighborhood. Make some noise if you're going to come out and get trained with us. And you can find myself or any Indivisible organizer, especially some of the folks in the yellow vests, to get looped in. Together, we will build the power we need to win. We demand the arrest and indictment of Minnesota ICE agent Jonathan Ross. We demand the release of our neighbors and families in ICE detention. And we demand that ICE be abolished this year. Abolish ICE! Abolish ICE! Abolish ICE! Thank you.
Thank you, Maya. Wow, it's weird to introduce yourself. I'm used to introducing other people. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Lev Poplo. I'm the lead organizer for Indivisible Rhode Island. And like you and all the speakers we've had today, I am outraged by the killing of Renee Nicole Good by ICE. Please say her name with me. Renee Nicole Good. She was a 37-year-old wife and mother of 3 children who loved to sing and studied creative writing. And she was shot in the face by an ICE agent while her wife was sitting right next to her, murdered in cold blood for no reason. We grieve her death and the deaths of all those killed in ICE detention. And today we say enough is not enough, is enough. But this recent killing is not an isolated incident. It is the devastating and predictable result of ICE's lawless operations and President Trump's abuse of power. ICE has endangered our communities, and our neighbors fear for their lives and their livelihoods, and our communities are less safe, and we will not stand for it. And Renee, she's not the only one. We can't forget about Keith Porter, who was shot and killed by an ICE officer on New Year's Eve in California. Another life lost to a system that relies on detention, force, and criminalization to govern migration. His death reflects a pattern of harm that continues to devastate families and communities, particularly Black, trans, disabled, and immigrant communities. Nor can we forget about the other 37 people who died in ICE custody in 2025. And the very next day after Renee was killed in Portland, Oregon, a couple was shot, a man and woman sitting in their car outside of a hospital. Today we say enough is enough. We honor the people whose names were never recorded, never released, or never made public. Every person lost to ICE custody and enforcement carried a history, relationships, and a future that mattered. This violence is not coincidental, it is structural. It is being upheld by policies that treat immigrant lives as disposable. Immigrant justice, racial justice, and trans justice are all deeply connected, and our movement is strongest when we grieve together and when we organize together. Like you, I am disgusted and disheartened by the shooting of Renee, a young mother whose children will now grow up orphans because of an ICE officer's decision to shoot her at point blank in the face. Shame! No context can justify Kristi Noem's claims that this woman was a domestic terrorist. No amount of context can justify J.D. Vance saying that this woman was a dangerous, unstable leftist who was threatening ICE officers. The videos that we've all seen show that nothing could be further from the truth. The videos speak for themselves. And we will not sit by while violence goes unanswered and our communities are terrorized. We demand accountability for the killing and an end to ICE raids in our communities. Today we say, enough is enough. And it gets worse. We've seen the heavy hand of ICE terrorizing our friends and neighbors here in Providence, in Central Falls, in Cranston, in Bristol, and more communities all over the state. People who just want a better life, who work hard, who start businesses, who pay taxes, who raise their families. And they are now afraid to go to work, to church, to school, or to the store. Shame on them. Today, we stand here together at the Capitol, and we demand that our elected leaders do the right thing. We demand that Rhode Island reject all local contracts with ICE. We demand that ICE leave Rhode Island. We demand an end to violent ICE raids in our communities. And we demand that ICE agents are held accountable by the law when they practice lawless behavior. We remember Keith Porter. We remember Renee Nicole Good. We honor all those taken, named and unnamed. And we remain committed to building a future rooted in dignity, safety, and freedom for all. that both DHS and the Trump administration posted false accounts of the shootings, even as there are 4 videos circulating that reveal those accounts to be lies, It shows that this administration is no longer making any attempt to justify their actions. Instead, they are demanding that Americans abandon reality in favor of whatever they say. Well, if this works, it would be a demonstration of totalitarian power, the ability to control how you think. Accepting that lie is a loyalty test, but it is not going to work. Today, we show the regime and their enablers just how widespread the opposition to their brutality is. We are putting steel to the spine of our democratic local, state, and national leaders, and we are sending a message to anyone who is terrorized and targeted by ICE that they are not alone, and that together we will get ICE out for good. In closing, we're only 1 week into the new year, and it feels like it's been 6 months. God, during the Trump administration, it's like freaking dog years. So in closing, if you are bent to make a resolution, I would ask that your resolution for 2026 be to help save our democracy. Get involved with your local indivisible chapter. Plug into a mutual aid effort. Pay attention to local elections and show up when it counts. You don't have to do everything, but you can't do nothing. Real change does not come from wishing. It comes from participation. So pick a lane, take a step, and let this be the year you move from concern to action so that we can save our democracy and bring about the end of ICE. And so one last time I say, let today be the day when together we say, enough is not enough. Okay, so who's tired of just standing around and listening to speeches? Who's ready to go march through the streets of Providence and bring our voices with us? We're gonna head that way, past the mall, past City Hall. The ERB, the Extraordinary Rendition Band, is already lined up, ready to lead us on a march.
off our streets. We want ICE off our streets. We said no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. We want ICE off our streets. We want ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. We want ICE off our streets. We want ICE off our streets. Say no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. We want ICE off our streets. 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 Say one. We are the people too. We won't be silent free. Abolish ICE now, 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 now. One. We are the people too. We won't be silent free. Abolish ICE now, 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 now. Two. We won't be silent free. Abolish ICE now, 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 now. One. We are the people too. We won't be silent free. Abolish ICE now, 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 now. Attack. What do we do? Stand up, fight back! When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! When trans rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! no peace. No justice, no peace. We want ICE off our streets. We want ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. We want ICE off our streets. We want ICE off our streets. We said no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. We want ICE off our streets. We want ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. We want ICE off our streets. We want ICE off our streets. No more abolish ICE. No ICE. We're stronger than the I'll see you for dinner too. fascist USA. No ICE, no KKK, no 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 fascist USA. Fuck ICE! No ICE, no KKK, no fascist USA. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Refugees are welcome here. Refugees are welcome here. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Refugees are welcome here. Refugees are welcome here. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Donald Trump, let's be clear. Refugees are welcome here. Donald Trump, let's be clear.
Thank you, guys.
Refugees are welcome here.
Donald Trump, let's be clear. Refugees are welcome.
Let's be clear.